You're listening to the Experience Pros radio show brought to you by Mass Mutual Colorado. Experience Pros, where business revolutionaries Angel Tussey and Eric Raymer, best-selling authors of Lists That Save My Business and founders of Experience Pros University, are inspiring you to get your business right. Let's join Angel and Eric for today's program.
Hello and welcome to the Experience Pros radio show with Angel and Eric. Very nice to have you along with us today. We're here to remind you that small business is big business, and your business is our business.
Well, you seem awfully excited.
I'm
today.
Validated.
You're validated.
Yes.
No.
No, I am validated.
Who is the validator?
NBC. NBC ran the story that we ran yesterday, this morning. You know, that $1,700 burger.
Right.
Of London.
They were talking about it?
They talked about it. Greg Moss, I got you, buddy. I got you.
But you talked about it first.
Yes, ma'am.
And therefore you are validated.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you know what? Radio is actually a little bit more
cutting edge,
timely than
in the moment
than television. There's less moving parts.
That's the truth. I'll tell you what, I love our friends over at 9 News. I think they're a great staff, and I watch them morning, noon, and night because, you know, that's what I do. And
you're a big news watcher, are you?
Yes, I am.
I did not know that about you, actually.
See, that's why I'm trying to explain to you, and I've explained over and over for nearly half a decade now.
Apparently I'm not listening.
That I am your...
What I hear is blah, 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 blah.
I am your news source.
Well, I have a news source too.
Yeah.
You're just not it.
No, Facebook is your news source.
Right. I like a little diversity in my news source.
I'll give you some diversity.
Less bias about food and dogs in my news.
Let's go to Motown, all the way to, you know, Motor City, Motown.
Yeah. What?
Detroit.
What do you have to offer?
What are you talking about?
Motown.
I used to have my executive offices out there and corporate headquarters in Madison Heights, Michigan. And, you know, Detroit's
in Motown?
In Motown.
That was where you got your start?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't think I like your tone.
I'm just clarifying for the audience. Eric got his start in Motown. You heard it here from him.
And, in Detroit, and you know that hard times have fallen on Detroit. The city itself is dealing with some really tough economic situations, has been for the better part of 15 years. But
so have you. Wow, what a coincidence.
So in Detroit, there's a homeowner who is selling his home as an investor special. An investor special? Yeah.
Yeah, that's what we call it, right?
Right.
It's an investor special.
Listen, if you're in some of the neighborhoods in Detroit, and I love Detroit, it's a great city, but there's a lot of stuff that they're dealing with right now.
You know, you're not an investor special.
Well,
you can't steal that phrase.
I could actually buy this house.
You can't steal this phrase.
I could buy this house right now.
Oh, you're gonna go buy a house? You're moving to Michigan?
You know, property is always valuable, right? Even in Motown.
Okay.
He had the asking price for his house at $5,000.
For a house?
Yeah.
Have you seen this house?
It doesn't matter. I've been to Detroit.
So you know, it's really not worth much at all.
Well, it's worth $5,000.
So for a house,
but he's marked
ain't
it
worth
down.
Nothing.
An investor special today only.
Special. So it was $5,000.
He will accept the latest iPhone, an iPhone 6. The house is yours.
Change for
house
the
is
deed
yours.
On a piece of property.
Take the paper, take the property. I'm out of here. Boom, boom, boom. We're on our way somewhere other than Detroit. And
is there even a?
He would appreciate the 32 gigabyte iPad.
He'll accept that
as a secondary if you
as
can.
A backup.
Yeah.
Does it have doors, windows, roof? I mean,
we don't ask questions about the condition of the house.
Photographs?
It's really not worth a whole lot.
Said house. We got that.
He purchased the house for $41,000 4 years ago.
Because Eric didn't read the story. The home has no front door.
So?
And it has $6,000 in back taxes.
That's not the story. The story is an iPhone 6 or a 32 gig iPad.
You're going to get a house with no door in Motown.
How much is
and owe $6,000
how
in back
much is a
taxes
door?
before the house goes into foreclosure.
Come on. You got a year to collect the $6,000.
You do? No, you don't.
Yeah, you do.
No. I'm pretty
6
sure.
year
I am pretty
taxes
sure.
due to go into foreclosure next year if the taxes remain unpaid. You got a year.
You got a year. All right. Well, he actually said somebody offered him $850, but he didn't take it.
No, he offered the iPhone 5 plus a couple of bucks, and that's not good enough. I want the iPhone 6.
The 6.
Yeah.
Not the 5 plus $850.
Perhaps he could use the Experience Pros radio show to help him in his business negotiating skills.
It's all in the marketing. I'll tell you what.
Right.
I'll tell you what. It's all in the marketing. And I am gonna say, have you ever had a garage sale or something in your house and you put it out on the curb and you put a big sign on it and you say free? Nobody wants it. Nobody's touching it.
Right.
But if you say, $10.
Oh. Yeah.
And so I can get
They'll steal it in the middle of the night.
the gist of it. Okay, well, if I just put it out there, I just don't want to be burdened with this property anymore. But I'll tell you what, if he signs up with a good person in real estate and gets some marketing, perhaps puts a front door on it.
Could be.
You could actually make it worth something.
You probably got to kick out the occupants.
But if somebody says, I'll take it for a phone, you just got to go, oh no, I am not taking on that burden. If somebody wants out of it that badly, run for the hills.
Well, stick around for the rest of the show because we've got Molly Fletcher coming on a little bit later. She is known as the Jerry Maguire of sports agencies, and she's going to teach us a little something about negotiating. So that's coming up. Maybe this guy will tune in Motown and listen too. I'm
going to guess he doesn't have a car or a radio.
You don't know that.
And he can't listen on his smartphone because nobody's given him one yet.
It's very presumptuous.
You presumed he had a door.
I presume we'll be back after these messages. You're listening to Angel and Eric on the Experience Pros radio show.
The Experience Pros, revolutionizing the way people treat people in business.
Make sure your marketing strategy includes search engine optimization and contact Colorado SEO at coloradoseo.com. You'll find a team of experts who have been connecting consumers online since 1996. You've created a commodity. Now get found. coloradoseo.com. coloradoseo.com or call 303-990-5934. Remember, billions are searching. Will they find you?
You have a business and your business needs a phone system other than your cell phone. Now you have a solution. Perfect Cloud Solutions is the perfect answer to your phone system needs. Specializing in affordable voice over internet protocol phone systems, Perfect Cloud Solutions has exactly what you need. And best of all, it fits within your budget. Call today and stop sharing that one-line handheld unit in the office. 855-771-VoIP. That's 855-771-8647. Or check them out for yourself at perfectcloudsolutions.com. Perfect Cloud has your perfect phone solution.
Can you imagine going an entire day without your phone or computer? Crazy, right? How else would you communicate with your team, contact that client, or even get paid? Absolutely nothing happens when you don't have technology in your lap. Even a slow-running computer can stall your progress. And when your software doesn't sync, nothing seems to work out. You've got a technology partner like no other with C-Squared Computer Consulting. C-Squared is your business pain reliever. Solve your pain. Call C-Squared at 303-933-1113.
You keep wondering about refinancing options. You know rates are low, but don't know how to go about getting the best rate and best type of loan for your situation. What do you even need to get started? Wonder no more. Go to CherylAnswers.com. Cheryl of ALMC Mortgage has put together a checklist of what you need to know and frequently asked questions when it comes to your mortgage. Get answers. Go to CherylAnswers.com. CherylAnswers.com.
LMB number 100020432. NMLS number 266695. You can check the licensing status of your mortgage loan originator at dora.state.co.us.
You've got a great business, lots of customers, and a catchy tagline. Things are going great, right? Has it ever occurred to you that if you are doing so well in your business, someone else might be trying to copy or steal your concept and make it their own? It happens every day. But don't let it happen to you. You need attorney Steve Replin on your side. Much more than just a lawyer, Steve is a business consultant who knows how to protect what's yours while helping you grow it to success. Call Steve today and CYA. That's cover your assets. 303-322-0000. 303-7919, 303-322-7919.
If printing is an essential part of your business day, then RMK Cartridge is your lifeline to success. Hi, this is Eric, and Angel and I wouldn't think of running our business without having RMK Cartridge on our speed dial. Remanufactured ink and toner cartridges are just the beginning. Free delivery and award-winning service coupled with 30 to 50% savings over original manufacturer products means that we're saving time, money, and space in the landfill all at once. Treat your printer to the best. Contact the guys at RMK Cartridge at 303-781-2076 or on the web at rmkcartridge.com.
Dana Lash after Grassroots Radio Colorado on KLZ 560.
The experienced pros want to help you get your business right. Have you joined the revolution? Visit meetup.com/The Revolution and become a business revolutionary. And now, back to Eric and Angel on the Experienced Pros Radio Show.
Welcome back to the Experience Pros Radio Show with Angel and Eric. You know, there are fewer things in life that are more urgent than your health and heart condition, especially if you're at work and one of them gives out.
Your heart and
health and heart
health
condition.
and heart condition
Yes.
at work. Would you know what to do in case of an emergency if one of your coworkers suddenly had a heart attack or fell down and stopped breathing? Well, we've got the owner of CPR Wiz, a satellite company of R.H. Sanders and Associates. Ron Sanders is with us from Wisconsin, the owner of R.H. Sanders. Hi, Ron.
Hi, good morning. How are you?
Ron, we're doing fantastic. Thank you so much for joining us. And Georgia Preistley, who's out here in Colorado representing multi-state region, welcome.
Thank you so much.
All right. So, Ron, welcome to the show. Let's talk a little bit about R.H. Sanders and the emergency training. You offer a really unique system when it comes to CPR and emergency training. Let's talk about it.
Sure. Well, just to start with, we've been doing this as a business for about 35 years. We're actually the first company in the Chicago area to do this as a business.
Wow.
And so the niche that we created that's worked out pretty successfully is that we go right to the client and we provide the training at their business place, home, church, whatever, wherever they want a class, we'll come out and do a class pretty much 24/7, anytime they need the class done. And we bring everything, and afterwards we pack up and we leave. And so it's very clean, very simple. And we've got this down to the basic essentials so that it's easily understood by everybody. And that was my main mission in this. Was having been a provider of healthcare in the military for years, my mission was to make CPR, which is a very scary thing for a lot of people, for most people, to make it accessible to people with no medical training whatsoever, where they could grasp the concepts and be effective.
Well, and I love that. Now, Georgia, you represent out here in the state of Colorado for sure.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about your involvement with R.H. Sanders and CPR Wiz.
Well, I've been out here. Ron and I started teaching together. I taught for him in Chicago for a little bit, and then my husband wanted to move out here, and so Ron said, "Well, why don't you take it with you?" Or I don't know if I said, one of us said it. And so I came out here, never did cold calling or marketing or anything like that, and just started. And I've just been doing cold calling, and so for 20 years we've built a business based on what Ron just said.
Wow.
You know, I remember the first time I took a CPR class, I think it was for a babysitting course, when I was just a teenager. Ron, I was there all day long. Your classes are a little more streamlined.
Yeah, well, I think if you looked at that day that you spent there, not a whole lot of it actually had to do with CPR. Probably, I've gone to a lot of CPR classes, and I still do because I like to see what other people are doing out there. And you can get an hour's worth of smoking lecture and a whole bunch of information about heart disease and things like that. And those are all very valuable things to know about. However, it has nothing to do with CPR. CPR is done on people who are dead. CPR is done when the heart stops beating. So it's not for heart attack, it's for death. Heart attack is one way to die, but there's many, many others. So if a person dies from a heart attack or a stroke or whatever, or drowning or electric shock, whatever, then the point is that they're dead. And so CPR treats death, which sounds a little complicated. However, it's a couple of things about that. First of all, the good news is that if they're already dead, you certainly can't make them any worse.
Right.
So,
well, this is true. This
Right.
this is true. They can't get worse.
No, so you can either do nothing or better, but you can't really do worse.
Okay.
And we've got it down. Actually, I've actually got CPR down to 3 words. So I'm sorry you spent a whole day doing this. don't want to make you feel bad, but basically, no pulse, push.
No pulse, push.
Yeah, and last year I was down to 4 words. This was a red letter year. I got to knock off another word from. And my goal is 1 word eventually, but
Just
so far
push.
it's not working out. But,
Just push is next year's theme.
yeah.
No, I like this though, Ron, because it goes along with what I find on your website, cprwiz.com, which is we're economical and we're effective. You're economical in your training and effective in that you stick to only the things that are necessary in order to try to bring somebody back from that death. Georgia, talk about the economics. Is it it's cost effective for businesses to get involved, right?
Oh my gosh. When you think about the employee time outside of work to do the training, you have to pay them for the training and as far as their work time, and then you have to pay for the trainer to come in. And so you talk about a 2-hour class or an 8-hour class. And the
let me
cost
think.
behind that is phenomenal. And I just feel like, I've asked a lot of people, like you lose somebody. If I'm going to be with you and I say 8 hours,
right?
Within the first half hour, you're making a grocery list, you're writing a letter, you are gone.
Right.
But if I say I'm going to teach you for an hour and then I'm going to test you, you're like,
I'm paying attention.
Spot on.
I'm paying attention.
Yeah.
Well, and I love how Ron talked about it. We've got to do something. At that point, if somebody has died from a heart attack or whatever their reason is,
no pulse push.
No pulse push. So it's not something that we're just trying on. But most of the time, it's going to happen to somebody It's going to happen at work. It's going to happen at home, and minutes count. Am I right?
Oh. That's the most important thing, is doing something quickly, calling 911, getting down and doing something. And if you feel like I know the basics, I know what to do, then you're in business.
I love it. Now, Ron, we've got about a minute left here. What else do we need to know about R.H. Sanders & Associates and CPRwiz.com?
Well, first of all, we've been doing this for a long time. We do class for Nestle and American Airlines and Chicago Bears and all kinds of places, as well as mom and pop daycares and church groups and even people in their private homes. And so we do classes for medical facilities and hospitals. So we can teach any level of CPR to any audience, regardless of their level of expertise prior to coming to class. And the guarantee that I would make is that every single person who takes the class will, at the end of the class, be able to do an effective cycle of CPR. Mm-hmm. So you may not know everything there is to know about medicine, but you'll certainly be able to do an effective cycle of CPR. The good thing about that is, even if it doesn't work, CPR, trying to reverse death is a very complex process, and CPR isn't always effective. But the bottom line is you get to go to bed at night knowing you tried. And I think that is what education does. It doesn't guarantee stuff, but it does give you the opportunity to try something useful.
And that
which is an opportunity you would not have if you didn't have the education.
Right, and the guilt that you would go to bed with, it's like, I wish I would have. We all have said, I wish I would know. I wish I would have taken that class. And in that instance, you can never take back that moment.
No,
right?
Wish I could have, that kind of stuff that will eat you. So what we provide is economical, efficient, effective. We follow national guidelines, of course, and it's something that's readily available to anybody who wants to do it. The time investment is minimal compared to everybody else out there, certainly compared to those 8-hour misery classes. And at the end of it, you know how to do CPR.
Good stuff. CPRwiz.com. It's real easy. CPRwiz.com. Find out where classes are being held or sign up yourself. Give us a call. Georgia, what's the local number that we can call, please?
It's 720-231-8351.
Do that one more time, please.
720-231-8351.
Ron Sanders, thanks for joining us today.
Thank you.
And Georgia, always a pleasure to see you.
Good to be with you guys.
All right, CPRwiz.com, folks. Don't delay. It's important. We'll be back after these messages on the Experience Pros Radio Network.
The Experienced Pros are here to help you get your business right. To learn more, visit experiencepros.com.
Networking is full of myths. Bring lots of business cards. Be sure to meet at least 10 new people. Have your 30-second sales pitch ready. Your network is your net worth, but only if you're networking with your A-team. Take the guesswork out of your networking by joining Extreme Relationship Management. It's transforming the way people are networking. It's way more fun than drive-by networking and doesn't waste your time handing out stacks of business cards. Check out extremerelationshipmanagement.com for their next event. extremerelationshipmanagement.com.
Orange Theory Fitness at Parker and Arapahoe is the official fitness sponsor of the Experience Pros radio show. This is Angel, and Orange Theory is the energizing group fitness concept that is sweeping the nation. Experience the orange effect at the location Eric and I work out at. It's Orange Theory Fitness at Parker and Arapahoe Road. You'll see more energy, visible toning, and extra calorie burn for up to 36 hours after your workout. Call for a free Saturday session at 303-645-4290. That's 303-645-4290. We'll see you at Orange Theory Fitness at Parker and Arapahoe Road.
Your largest asset is your home, and when your home needs help, Hocoa Denver is your best friend. The Homeowners Club of America provides AAA service, promptly matching your service requests with approved contractors, and then following up to guarantee the job was done right. Utilities, appliances, remodeling, painting, from bricks to fencing, floors to patios, Hocoa has you covered. Become a member for the equivalent of only $4 a month. $4! Hocoa, serving homeowners with care. Sign up today, 303-906-2643. That's 303-906-2643.
Nyland's Collision Center is an award-winning body shop that takes great care of you and your car. This matters when your insurance company wants to take shortcuts. Nyland's Collision Center only uses manufactured parts. This matters when a cheap, ill-fitting part is available. At Nyland's, it matters. If it's not perfect, it's not leaving. 303-761-9219. 303-761-9219.
Being a homeowner, business owner, or a consumer has never been easier thanks to the Extreme Customer Service Directory. You can count on the Experience Pros Network to deliver the best in customer service and collaboration. Check out the Extreme Customer Service Directory for all your referrals. And if you don't see your favorites on the list, let us know. We'll check them out. And if their customers are saying great things about them, they could be a great fit for the Extreme Customer Service Directory. Online at experiencepros.com/directory.
Everyone wins when you partner with Mary Beth Stencil and her Paid to Save network. Put your daily deals on the Paid to Save app for free and start making money every time someone clicks on your offer. You only pay when someone pays you. What a great idea. And you can start making money today. No one will know of your offer until you list it, so get going right now. Visit paidtosave.com. That's paid, the number 2, save.com, or call Mary Beth right now at 303-268-5506. That's 303-268-5506. Get paid to save and start making money today.
Bob Duco, today at 3 on KLZ 560.
The Experienced Pros, revolutionizing the way people treat people in business.
The name game. Shirley, Bo Burley, Bonana, Pineapple, Burley, Fee, Fine, Bo Merley.
Oh, yeah.
Shirley.
Welcome back to the Experience Pros Radio Show. What's in a name?
What's in your business name? You know, we hear business names. Have you ever had somebody introduce their business name to you and you're like, what? What is that?
Huh?
It's either something really creative or the way they say it just doesn't make sense. Or a lot of times we'll find a business name that looks great on paper.
Oh, right.
But when you say it out loud,
oops,
or when you mush it together in your URL, it makes new words.
Right.
So you got to be really careful when it comes to naming your business. So here are some mistakes that entrepreneurs tend to make when naming their business.
Right. The first one is you believe that your domain name has to match your business or your personal name. It doesn't.
Well, think about this. Ideally, we're talking about branding.
Right.
And so for Experience Pros to be experiencepros.com makes good sense.
Yeah.
And so for branding, this is something we really encourage if it can fit. what we really don't want you to do is turn it into a shortcut URL.
Yeah. You know, and when I give the example, it's the best one I can always think of is my company used to be Eric Raymer's Illustrated Illusions, and I was going to make it shorter, and I had the domain illustratedillusions.com, but I was thinking about making it shorter, but that would be ill.com, and that's just sick.
Oh gosh, I was thinking like the mattress firm, and it's Matt Firm with two T's.
Don't
and
abbreviate.
Think about if you're always having to explain it, and especially when you get into radio advertising, there's 7 seconds that are taken up just because you have to explain your name or how it's spelled.
And you might be really good at what you do, like a doctor of dermatology. His name is Dr. James B. Grosswiener, but you probably don't want that to match. Your domain should not match your name. Don't go grosswiener.com. It's just not going to get the business you're looking for.
So this is where, if you're going to do your URL or
your name is Yolanda Squat Pump. No, don't do that.
Come up with a different business name instead of your actual name.
Right.
All right. Spelling your name creatively. We all know that it was already taken, right? So
right.
if I use it this way, this is already taken. So I'm going to put a Y or a Z or a.
You see people doing this, like Flickr, FLICKR.com. They've done it, and of course, Flickr's a one that's actually
they've marketed it very
made it
well
across the bridge.
And this is it. So for as much creativity as you throw into it, just know you're putting like a little. You're cubing the amount you're going to spend on marketing to get the name out there.
And don't spell any Ebonics, okay? You are or see you later. Stop that.
Well, think about how often you have to spell your own first and last name now for people. Do you really want to do that every time you talk about your brand and your company name?
If you're out of junior high,
voice recognition software does not understand names that aren't spelled naturally.
Siri doesn't understand Jack.
So if you're always spelling out your name out loud, then just think about the amount of time that it's taking for you to share it. You're often apologizing for it. If you're buying advertising time, and you're paying by the minute. So think about that. And so avoid the temptation of getting one of these domain names just because it's available for cheap. There's a reason it's available.
Beware of the obscure domain extension. To finish spelling your name, for instance, if you've got something like
the delicious. Didn't delicious do a DE.LI.
Something. It gets crazy. There's a website out there called Copious. The business is called Copious, and their website is copio.us. Or is it Copio? Is it copious.us? Stop with that, okay? Stick to it.com.
Thinking again, remember, we're creating word-of-mouth marketing. We want the name to travel. We want the name to be shared. We want people to remember it. And so we get all cutesy and fun and think, okay, well, this is my business. Of course it makes sense. But if it only makes sense to you and you're having to explain it repeatedly on your test market, then maybe you just kind of go back to the drawing board and come up with something that actually is easier to repeat.
Right.
What about this? What if your business name is too niche? Think about this. What if Amazon had started out their name as bookstore.com?
Oh.
You limit to selling books. Think about the Burlington Coat Factory. They didn't think ahead that maybe someday we might offer more than just coats.
And they're not affiliated with Burlington Industries, which is seriously different.
Also, look it up. Look it up in many different ways online with different spellings. Does somebody else already have it? Does somebody else already have something close? And by you just putting an ink or an extra letter in there, again, you're talking about marketing. You're sending people to somebody else's website, and you're marketing for them, which they love. Go ahead. Send the people on over. We'll grab them.
Yeah, there's another one. Your pronunciation, to pronounce your name is difficult. If you're, I know that there's something that had like an e.com, but it was a red e.com, and the company was Ready, right? And it was just a red e. Well, some web browsers don't show up colors in the URL. So
they don't show up colors. They don't show accents. If you've got little accent marks in it,
umlaut,
apostrophes, all of that. And so, also starting it with the word the.
Yeah.
Drop the.
That messes up so many people because they look for you without the, and they don't think to add the. And
then
before
when
you
you
know
are
it,
in
you've
the
got no the.
And if you go in any kind of directory, you're with all the other thes.
Right.
Yeah, drop the.
Drop the.
Drop the.
All right.
Also, what if you create a clunky coined name, something that's trendy right now? Some of the examples were sprayology and perfumania. They, for a while, the ologies and the paloozas are trendy, but they outgrow the trendiness. Great to use them in your taglines because you can always change your taglines in your marketing campaigns. But for the official name, the umbrella that holds it,
right.
Drop the trendiness.
Don't try to be too mysterious.
Ooh.
Surefire way to annoy people is choosing a name that's completely random and seemingly meaningless. Here's one. Fungal.
What do they do?
No one knows.
Fungus.
How about
fungal?
this? Here are several other ones, and I'll come up with the most popular of them in a minute. Magoosh, Iggly, Clip, Zippo, Zumper.
These are business names?
Yeah. Do you know what any of them do?
No.
How about Qdoba? They're the only ones, but Qdoba means nothing.
Only now because of all of the marketing campaigns that they have done. Right. And there's the delicious.
There it is.
dl.icio.us.
Stop that.
So remember, you're creating something remarkable. You want people to be able to remark about it, share it. You want to be able to tweet it. You want to be able to have it be heard. And so when you hear it on the radio, voice recognition software, does it get spelled correctly?
Right.
As well as looking good on print and paper. So when you're doing flyers and magazine ads, billboards, think big. Someday, right now it's just you and a couple of people in a coat closet and a card table, but that is not where your business will stay.
Well, and we'll wrap this whole segment up with saying, without naming the business, there's a business that we always think of here at Experience Pros, because the very first time, the day their sign went up on the wall outside their building, Angel and I looked at it and said, "That's very clever, and it will never advertise on radio."
No, because it's just because when you say it out loud,
you'd never be able to spell it.
It's just negative. The way that it says out loud, and so just think about how does it look on paper and how does it sound when people talk about it.
Good stuff. And if your name,
how does it look when you search and when you clump the words together to make one big long URL?
Absolutely.
And Eric's finding some
if
really...
your name is JB Grosswiener and you're a doctor of dermatology, you need a better...
Come up with a fun name.
A better URL. Mm-hmm. We'll be back after these messages. You're listening to Angel and Eric on the most positive business talk show in America.
The Experience Pros, revolutionizing the way people treat people in business.
When you're diagnosed with a brain condition, it takes more than just a doctor to help you live the best life possible. Choose Colorado Neurological Institute's NeuroHealth Center for all your neurorehabilitation needs. The NeuroHealth Center is an outpatient neurorehabilitation clinic in Englewood, offering counseling, care navigation, speech, occupational, and physical therapy services, and all services are delivered in one location. Call today, 303-788-4010. That's 303-788-4010, or visit online at thecni.org.
Attention business owners, if you're waiting 30 to 60 days or more to get paid, Riviera Finance can turn your invoices into immediate cash flow. Let them help. Their process is simple and no debt is created. Riviera Finance is located right here in Denver. They've been helping companies across the U.S. for over 40 years. So if you bill on credit but need better cash flow, call Jack Loudon at Riviera Finance now at 303-409-7706. That's 303-409-7706, or visit RivieraFinance.com.
Run a business and have a life. You got into business so you could enjoy life, and Employer Essentials can help. They keep up with the ever-changing payroll and employment laws and requirements, as well as all those employee management issues. Employer Essentials is the answer you've been looking for to add payroll and HR solutions that offer you peace of mind and the time to do what you want to do. Employer Essentials, Denver's trusted local payroll and HR provider for 15 years. EmployerEssentials.com or 303-734-9436.
Hi, this is Angel, and I've been in my home for 12 years now. When I think about redecorating, I just can't seem to get past what I've always done. Helene's Designs offers a fluff it up service for home decorating. She takes what I already have and rearranges just enough to fluff it up. Call Helene to get fluffed up at 720-233-7302. Helene's Designs is a full-service design firm that helps you turn your dreams into a reality. Call Helene's Designs today at 720-233-7302 or check out the before and after pictures online at helenesdesigns.com.
I'll never forget that moment.
Never forget that moment.
As long as I live. It started with a phone call.
I got the text when I was at work.
My first call ever as a member of the National Guard. This was it, the real deal.
When we got to the armory, they briefed us on the wildfires, how they were getting dangerously close to homes.
It was amazing to be a part of this massive operation. Helicopters were going up with huge buckets to drop water on the fires.
Some of the guys in the unit were preparing firefighting with local fire crews.
We went out in Humvees to help with the evacuations.
At that moment, I got my first taste of just how important the Guard is to my community.
See how the Guard can be an important part of your life at NationalGuard.com. Discover what it means to be a citizen soldier, to serve locally as well as globally. Look into the benefits, including career skills and money for college. Take a moment. Go to NationalGuard.com today.
Sponsored by the Colorado National Guard, aired by the Colorado Broadcasters Association and this station.
The Dana Show, tonight at 7 on KLZ 560.
Dennis Miller here. Be sure to tune in for the Dennis Miller Show, where we talk politics, entertainment, and everything in between. Our guests are the best you'll hear on radio. It's radio you can trust right here on the Dennis Miller Show.
Tonight at 10 p.m., it's the Dennis Miller Show, right here on KLZ 560.
The experienced pros want to help you get your business right. Have you joined the revolution? Visit meetup.com/The Revolution and become a business revolutionary. And now, back to Eric and Angel on the Experienced Pros Radio Show.
Welcome back to the Experienced Pros Radio Show with Angel and Eric. Thanks for taking time out of your day to join us for ours. You know that I love me a good novel.
Well, you know what? I think that a lot of people in their downtime, it's just kind of nice to sit back with a really juicy novel and get into the story. Mm-hmm. And we actually already had the first book in this series by M.L. Rowland, 0 Degree Murder. We talked about it earlier last year, and I think actually you took it on a vacation with you, Eric.
Yep.
It's a 2014 Edgar Award-winning nominee, and the next book in the series is called Murder Off the Beaten Path, which was just released this week.
I just started reading it this week.
M.L. Rowland, welcome to the Experienced Pros Radio Show.
Well, thank you very much for asking me to be here.
ML, very nice to have you back on the on the show. Now, I got to know, you write so beautifully, and you have such a style about you. I wonder, how do you prepare when you go about setting up to write? I've written all kinds of nonfiction, have no idea how to write a fiction book.
Oh boy, that's quite a question. Well, I work back and forth between plot and characterization, but I do a lot of pre-planning. For instance, more immediate, I just recently finished the draft of my book 3, and that one is a very complicated plot. It has lots of different storylines, and so I actually wrote the different storylines on different colored 3x5 cards and laid them all out on my office floor, and then rearranged them according to what had to happen chronologically or what made more sense, or for the pacing or the flow of the book, until I rearranged them that way. And that's actually and then once I get that done and I write the different chapters or the scenes, and then I do work back and forth. There's a lot of writing and rewriting and rewriting.
Well, and you just said you just finished the 3rd book, but we're talking about book number 2. Do you ever get a little confused in your head of the storyline and which one's been released and which one hasn't yet?
No,
you've got it all.
Yeah, because they're so distinctly different. 0 Degree Murder was winter, mountaineering, that kind of thing. Book 2 takes place in like May and June. It takes place at Gracie Kincaid, who is the heroine. It takes place at her work, which is a camp in the mountains. And so then book 3 will take place later on in that year, and a lot of it takes place in the desert. So I try to vary not only the plot and what's going on and what all these nefarious things that Gracie uncovers, but I also try to vary the setting because the search and rescue aspect of that was very varied, and so that all ties in together.
Well, let's talk about that search and rescue element, because you have participated in search and rescue teams. Is that correct?
Yes, I was for almost a dozen years a very active member of an incredibly busy search and rescue team in the mountains of Southern California. So I probably participated trainings and missions in a couple of hundred different missions and trainings. So
This
a lot.
translates so well into your writing, as I feel like I am a part of that as we hunt for the missing.
Well, that's what I hoped. I've actually read books where people are members of search and rescue, or they're involved in searches, or they have a dog, a search dog, and that kind of thing. And one of the reactions that I've gotten to these books is that now we really know what happens because you've been there, because I was there and I'm writing about my own experiences, not something I interviewed somebody about, not something that I read about in a book. But for instance, in Murder Off the Beaten Path, Gracie, one of the aspects of search and rescue is the technical ropes rescue. And I actually was making notes for this book when I was still doing that, going over the side with ropes with a litter to go, rescue somebody. And so a lot of that is very authentic.
Well, don't give it all away, because I'm only 3 chapters in.
Okay.
But
Our guest is M.L. Rowland. The second book in her series, Murder Off the Beaten Path, was just released this week. Features the same lead character, Gracie Kincaid, and based on your true life experiences as a search and rescue in that industry. Now, a woman in the industry of search and rescue, is that common, or is that pretty rare?
It isn't that common. I think it's still traditionally a man's world, with quotations.
Sure.
But there are a lot of women, and a lot of very dedicated, hard-working women in search and rescue. It's a tough, physically demanding field, and you really have to be at the top of your game. But again, there are lots of aspects of being on a search and rescue team that don't require that physical ability. There's a lot of the search management aspects and things like that, where people that aren't quite as physically fit or capable can still play a role in that, in search and rescue missions.
Well, we celebrate with you the release of your new book,
thank you.
Murder Off the Beaten Path. Our guest is M.L. Rowland, and where do we get a copy?
Well, you can get it on Amazon.com or BarnesandNoble.com, or even on my website, which is mlrowland.com. Or if you have a local bookstore that you frequent, if they're not carrying the book, they can certainly order it for you, as can your local library.
Well, if you haven't picked up the first book, 0 Degree Murder, grab a copy of both 0 Degree Murder and Murder Off the Beaten Path. M.L. Rowland, thank you so much for being our guest today, and congratulations. When does book number 3 due to come out?
Book number 3 comes out July of next year.
Well, talk about planning ahead. You see, that's why I don't write novels.
Your whole planning system has been very impressive to me.
Absolutely.
Thank you. A lot of the characters recur. So.
Well, we'll have you back. We sure appreciate you for being here. Thank you so very much.
Thank you so much. It's been my pleasure.
All right, folks, don't go anywhere. More positive business talk coming up next. Here's Angel and Eric on the Experience Pros Radio Network.
The Experience Pros are here to help you get your business right. To learn more, visit experiencepros.com.
Do you want to meet some new people, make some great connections, and network with other business owners? Call me, Penny, today at 303-220-0366 or go to theconnectingexperts.com. Connecting people to people.
Join business owners and leaders from across the Front Range for an incredible leadership event featuring John Maxwell, Linda Kaplan-Taylor, and Tim Sanders as they share valuable lessons in leadership. Network with other leaders during this half-day simulcast on Friday, October 10th from 8:30 to 1 p.m. at the Embassy Suites in Stapleton. L2 Learn Lead is here. The event is perfect for people who are busy running a business, family, or organization and are looking to become more effective. Leadership isn't just for those who have a team working for them, it's for you. The first 100 people to register on Eventbrite get tickets for only $69. That's Eventbrite/L2 Stapleton. Eventbrite/L2 Stapleton. Join us Friday, October 10th at the Embassy Suites in Stapleton.
Hi, this is Eric, and I want to talk to you about my friends over at McDonald Volvo. This family-owned business has been delivering extreme customer service for almost 50 years right here in our neighborhood. With upfront worry-free pricing and super personalized service, your best car buying experience is at McDonald Volvo. General Manager Will Roughton is a great friend, and he wants to meet you personally. Call him at 303-738-4803. That's 303-738-4803, and tell him the pros sent you.
Are you an expert? At Experience Pros, we feature the best in business, and we're looking for industry experts to share tips with our audience. If you're an expert who offers great customer service and you'd like to be a part of the Experience Pros radio show, click on the radio interview request at experiencepros.com. We want our audience to hear from you. Go to experiencepros.com and fill out the radio interview request and start spreading the news that you're going to be on the radio.
Until now, when you were having trouble sleeping, the only place for you to turn to was your doctor. But the new sleep store, Somnia, has sleep experts on hand ready to answer your questions, assess whether or not you have sleep apnea, and even dentists to help create appliances for snoring. Everything you need to get a better night's sleep in one place. Mattresses, sheets, aromatherapy. If it helps you sleep, Somnia has it. The grand opening inside Park Meadows Mall is November 1st, and Experience Pros listeners get a sneak peek on October 30th at 10 a.m. Join us for the soft opening of Somnia on October 30th inside Park Meadows Mall. Somnia, helping you get a better night's sleep every night.
Design, implement, and support. If you have a computer, a cell phone, or a tablet, you have a network. Hi, this is Eric, and I've got great news for you. Your network has a guy. For the last 15 years, Brad Binkley of Binkley IT has served his clients without killing their budget. Brad can effectively manage a network of up to 50 computers, typically for about 2 to 4 hours a week. Huge savings, no sacrifice. Call Brad today for your next IT partner, 720-254-1057. That's 720-254-1057. Binkley IT, solving the IT puzzle one piece at a time.
Wake up with Randy Corcoran, 5 to 8 tomorrow morning on KLZ 560.
The Experience Pros radio show, where small business is big business and your business is our business. Follow them on twitter.com/experiencepros. Now, back to Angel and Eric, the Experience Pros.
I see your picture. Your name in lots of movies.
Welcome back to the Experience Pros radio show. People seen your picture, your names, and lights above it. Any of that ringing true for you?
No.
Don't you want everybody to know your name?
Oh, I want some people to know.
Some people
can forget they ever met me.
Well, I'll tell you what, I find that difficult to believe that anybody would ever forget that they've met you, Angel Tussey. However, you make a website, you got a business, you probably want to promote that website, get it out there, make sure the people are aware of you. You want people to say, I've heard of you.
Absolutely. And here's the reason that phrase is so important. Don't dismiss it when somebody says that I've heard of you. One, when we talk about people doing business with people they know, like, and trust, right? And so a lot of the household names that you've heard of that are familiar to you, you already trust them. Even if you've never done business with them, there's already an element of trust that is pre-established. So when somebody comes up to you and says that I've heard of you, you actually kind of bypass a lot of those sales steps, getting those 7 to 13 impressions for people to even remember that they've ever heard your name before.
Right. Well, Kristen Edelhauser wrote a great article in entrepreneur.com that talks about the future of advertising is really going online, and it's going local. And I always think, the internet is this great big thing that appeals to anybody and everybody. Folks in many countries can see what's on our internet sites, and likewise we can go to other countries and see what's on theirs. But local is the thing. And so she came up with a list of a number of different websites that you can use to promote your website. And one of them is going to surprise you.
So a website that will promote your website.
Correct.
Cool.
So first of all, the first one on the list is Google AdWords. You need to know what AdWords to help you target local online customers so that you can make those into the keywords for your website.
You know what? And you've got to know what those words are, right? And it's not always your name, but a lot of times people are searching, particularly in a region.
Right.
They'll say Denver something, Fort Collins something.
Right.
Colorado
Exactly.
Springs something.
Here's another one, Yahoo local listings. Yahoo is still alive and well, folks, and their local listings will help you promote your business to customers looking for information in Yahoo Local. And there are, millions of them.
And there's different plans, and one of them is even free.
Free, right?
And free isn't always the best plan, but it's kind of nice to start with, just to play around until you tweak until you're ready for the bigger plan.
Yeah, absolutely. Most of these are going to be, low cost or no cost in there. Here's another one, City Search. That doesn't sound familiar to you? Think about this. The Denver A-List, that website is City Search. It's hosted by City Search. So City Search offers you online advertising tools to easily open your account. Accounts are free. You can get on there, no problem whatsoever. And then you can promote your website, your business on those sites. And then if they come around once a year and do a competition, get in.
Oh, absolutely. Get involved anytime you can. Get your business listed, even in any competition. Even being nominated is marketable.
Do you remember ask.com?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was one of those sites that, back in the early days of search engines, Ask.com was one of those early contenders. They're still around too, and they've got a website called Ask City. So it's a local search application, one-stop destination for making plans. If you've got something you want to find, dinner reservations, movie tickets, others, Ask City is a fantastic resource.
Really?
Yes.
See, I didn't even use it.
Right?
All right, I'm learning.
A lot of these things, we got to almost...
But think about them. If you're using it, dust them off.
Dust them off a little bit, but it's true. These people are still out there. AOL, who knew? AOL's City Guide is much like Ask.com's Ask City. It gives you local entertainment information. Advertising on AOL still gets you seen.
Interesting.
Right?
I know. Now I'm starting to take notes.
How many of your friends have AOL accounts still?
I know. Well, it's one of those, because you started there, you just kept it because you don't want to change it.
I think for kicks and giggles, AOL should just bring back the sound, the bing bong, the connection.
You'll sit here and make hideous sounds.
You all know what I'm talking about.
But you won't. All right. Okay.
Y'all know what I'm talking about.
I know. I just can't believe that you'll do that.
I wish I had a sound effects machine, but Charlie's took it away from me 5 years ago.
I know, and yet we still are having to
Charlie
be
says I
subjected
make my own sound effects, and
to
they're
the
good.
sounds. I know. We're still subjected to the sound machine, even with it being disappeared.
Here's another one, merchantcircle.com. This site offers free local business listing service that allows you to better manage your online reputation. And let's just say your online reputation, important.
It's a good idea to have a online reputation.
Right?
All right, merchantcircle.com. All right.
How about Dotster?
Dotster?
This is how it's going to help you. Dotster is a web domain registration and hosting company offering local web advertising package called Local Site Promotion.
I'm getting a little overwhelmed.
Don't.
Because there's so many. There are so many places that you can go and have it. And how do you manage all that?
Well, it's a short list.
It's a short list.
I mean, there's lots of. Look, if we wanted to cover the entire interweb,
this is what I'm saying. This is probably just
I'm helping you.
Just a dip your toe into.
That's all it is. But people are going to go back to the archives. They're going to listen to the show over and over and over again. They're going to watch me make that beep bong sound.
I don't think that sounds anything remotely close.
This is why I
to the
need
AOL
the
connecting
handshake, the modem
sound.
handshake.
Connecting sound.
Uh-huh.
No, that is not even close.
It's very close.
No.
I need a. Maybe I can pitch Charlie again.
No.
See if I can get a sound effects machine.
No. Don't do it, Charlie.
How about Reach Local?
I think it fell off the roof.
Reach Local provides certain central location for businesses to sign up. They can maintain and track local search advertising campaigns. The pricing varies, but it's inexpensive.
Is experiencepros.com on there?
It should be.
Mm-hmm.
It should be.
I know, because we're going to set up a central.
The Extreme Customer Service Directory is already all of this and then some.
All right. Okay.
Because it's got you and me. And sound effects.
No, that's it. You could put the sound effect on the website if you'd like to. And here, click here to hear Eric sound like a goofball.
I'm not sounding like a goofball. I'm doing it right.
You're not.
I am.
Not.
Remember Yellow Pages? There's a yellowpages.com.
Yeah, we don't have Yellow Pages anymore. Nobody's using
There's a yellowpages.com. They realized it and said, you know what? We're going digital.
Okay. All right. Okay.
That's it.
Really?
Yeah.
Yellowpages.com?
But none of those are
Who
the ones that's the
uses
most
that?
surprising.
Who
Lots of people use
that?
yellowpages.com.
Really?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But
Eric said yeah. So it must be true.
There's one website that we have not addressed yet that made the list.
Experiencepros.com.
There's another one that made the list
one.
that didn't make the list. Experience Pros didn't make it, but this one did, and it's going to surprise you because you can actually list your website and your business on this site, and it's free.
Gets an estimated 10 million unique visitors per day.
Any guesses?
Connects buyers and sellers in more than 300 communities, and for the
that's your big
most
clue.
part, posting on the site is free.
It's Craigslist.
I would have never thought.
Craigslist. Post your business if you've got an opening. Now, if you're looking for help, there's a charge for that, for help wanted. But aside from that, you can post your business, your service, your product on Craigslist. And in many cases, most cases, it's free. 10 million unique visitors a day. They're doing something right.
10 million unique visitors per day. Our website is set up for 1 million unique visitors a day.
We're not there yet.
Right.
We're getting closer.
Baby steps.
We're getting closer. We have about 300,000 hits every month. We're climbing that ladder as best we can. But there's a lot of stuff there, and I want to say thank you to Kristen Edelhauser who put this list together. I didn't mean to overwhelm you, but
you kind of did though.
Listen, it's either your business or it's not. You're going to promote it or you're not. We just gave you a whole bunch of lists that you can go connect with and put your business out there. And you know something? You don't have to go have different landing pages for each one to see which one is giving me the best return on my investment. You probably didn't pay anything anyways.
Yeah, most of these are free. So
Use it.
it's an element of, you want to make sure that you're found when people are searching. You want to make sure they're going to find you. Using SEO, search engine optimization on your website is key. These are a lot of free, and because they do have millions and millions of sites, you're one of. And so you want to have your brand out there, but you also want to make sure that you're doing some things that are very high touch as well.
Absolutely. You can also go to experiencepros.com, like Angel was saying, because you know something? It's sound effect free, and you can become a member of the Extreme Customer Service Directory, where we work hard. I'm talking overtime to get you visible. We guarantee your visibility on the Experience Pros Extreme Customer Service Directory at experiencepros.com. Got to take a quick station ID, but when we come back, there will be more positive business talk. I'm going to go talk to Charlie and see if maybe I can get a brand new sound effects machine.
This has been the Experience Pros Radio Show with business revolutionaries Angel Tussey and Eric Raymer. For more information, you can contact Experience Pros by calling 720-344-2446 or visit them on the web at experiencepros.com, facebook.com/experiencepros, and twitter.com/experiencepros. What are you waiting for? Join the revolution.
The Dennis Miller Show, tonight at 10 on KLZ 560.
Field Guide to the Gross Emitter. A gross emitter is a car that spews out offensive, nauseating exhaust smoke at a high rate, also known as a junker, rattle trap, rust bucket, heap. A single gross emitter can pollute 100 times more than a new car. Why go through all the inconvenience of selling or trading in your gross emitter? After all, that old car will just continue to grossly emit. It's so much easier for you to simply donate your polluting clunker to the nonprofit Clear the Air Foundation. Your unpleasant, odoriferous hunk of junk will be crushed and recycled, so its acrid exhaust will never again darken our skies or our lungs. That way, we can all breathe a bit easier. To learn how to make gross emitters an endangered species, visit cleartheairfoundation.org. You may qualify for a tax deduction as well. That's cleartheairfoundation.org, an initiative of the Colorado Automobile Dealers Association, aired in cooperation with the Colorado Broadcasters Association and this station.
Freedom, liberty, truth. KLZ AM 560, KLZ HD Denver. Listen live at KLZ560radio.com. KLZ 560.
This is the Blaze Radio News. I'm John DeMaster.
They appear to be able to dominate this town and the Syrian Kurds.
ISIS terrorists on the verge of taking over the city of Kobani, right on the border of Syria and Turkey. Retired Army General Jack Keane on Fox News saying the airstrikes aren't working and it's time to consider putting boots on the ground.
At the end of the day, as we have said time and time again, we will not rout them out until we have ground forces.
The FBI looking for help identifying an English-speaking ISIS terrorist in a propaganda video.
And we're here with the soldiers of Bashar. You can see them now digging their own graves in the very place where they were stationed.
The 55-minute video called Flames of War showing the terrorists talking in both perfect English with a North American accent and classical Arabic, appearing to carry out a mass execution of Syrian soldiers. The FBI wants to know who he is, as it looks like he's trying to recruit people to travel overseas and fight with the terrorists. This is news on the Blaze Radio Network.
I'm Lex Friedman. I run my own business, so I know from experience, hiring new employees can be tough. Posting your job in one place isn't enough to find quality candidates. If you want to find the perfect hire, you need to post your job on all the top job sites, and now you can. With ZipRecruiter.com, you can post your job to 50-plus job sites, including Craigslist, LinkedIn, and Twitter, all with a single click. Find candidates in any industry nationwide. Just post once and watch your qualified candidates roll in to ZipRecruiter's easy-to-use interface. No juggling emails or calls to your office. Quickly screen candidates, rate them, and hire the right person fast. Find out today why ZipRecruiter has been used by over 200,000 businesses. And right now, our listeners can post jobs on ZipRecruiter for free by going to ZipRecruiter.com/talkradio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/talkradio. One more time, to try it for free, go to ZipRecruiter.com/talkradio.
You've been listening to the Blaze Radio News on KLZ 560.
Wake up with Randy Corcoran, early mornings at 5 on KLZ 560.
You're listening to the Experience Pros radio show, brought to you by Mass Mutual Colorado. Experience Pros, where business revolutionaries Angel Tussey and Eric Raymer, best-selling authors of Lists That Save My Business and founders of Experience Pros University, are inspiring you to get your business right. Let's join Angel and Eric for today's program.
All right, we're having a sound off here. Let's see.
Sound off?
Yes.
No.
Let's see how accurate it was. I said, "Meema, meema, mee." And that was the old modem handshake. Remember that from when you used to dial up AOL? Well, check this out.
Do I even need to be here for this, Charlie? I just don't even think I'm necessary.
You should be bowing down at the feet of the expert impersonator. Wow, it got quiet in here.
Really? Really? bowing down, because that's what we do when somebody is an expert noisemaker. We bow down and say, you made noise.
You said that
we
I
make
was
noise
so
all
far
day long.
off.
And most of the time, the noises we just don't want to hear coming from you. Could
Here's-
you be a little quieter over there?
I'll do my best.
A little more bodily sound control.
It's time for your 1,339 quite interesting facts to make your jaw drop.
Again, I'm not even necessary.
You are.
It's time for. And we're going to put the book up.
I'm keeping the show moving.
Oh, right.
It's my job. I'm color.
Move.
Okay. I don't think this is the proper word, but I don't know the proper word. Is it octopuses or octopi? I don't know. It's written octopuses in the book, and I don't.
It's written like this, but we're not going to read it like that. We're going to say there's a different word.
Is it octopi?
I do not think so.
Is it meese or mooses?
The woodsin.
Moosin in the woodsin. Thanks to Brian Regan. In the UK, octopi enjoy the same legal status as vertebrates. Did you know that?
What? A legal status?
Yes.
What does that mean?
They have the same legal status as people with backbones.
I found a website that I think is actually perfect for you.
You do?
It's the Grammarist.
Oh, what does it say? Octopi versus octopuses. What is it?
It's a favorite among fans of quirky words.
Yeah.
But it has no basis.
No basis. Why?
The form was created by English speakers out of mistaken belief.
What is the word? What is the correct word?
Octopus is Latin and hence pluralized. It was a mistaken belief that because it should have been pluralized with an I ending, but octopus comes from ancient Greek, where its plurals is actually P-O-D-E-S, pods.
Octopods?
Mm-hmm.
Octopods?
Mm-hmm.
It's not pusses?
Nope.
I did not know. All right, okay. Here's more about an octopus.
Cannot be justified. And although it says, while it cannot be octopi, cannot be justified, it is not wrong. It is old enough and common enough to be considered an accepted variant by those who read Shakespeare. You look at the color of your face. Oh my gosh, you are incredibly
Producer Charlie
red.
Ron choked.
Oh my gosh, look at the color of him. He is like bright red.
Producer Charlie about choked.
Bright.
Did you know?
Bright red.
Did you know that an octopus has horizontal pupils, and no matter what angle the octopus is at, its pupils always stay aligned with the horizon? Did you know that? It's true. And there's a fish that mimics an octopus mimicking a fish.
You lost me.
Finally, Prozac makes fish angry. That's out of 1,339 quite interesting facts to make your jaw drop. You can check the veracity of all of these facts at QI.com. QI.com, short for quite interesting. Tears in my eyes.
And Eric is quite interesting.
We'll be back after
so
these
proud of
messages,
himself.
and I'll see if the FCC will let me stay on the radio for another couple of minutes.
The Experience Pros, revolutionizing the way people treat people in business.
Can you imagine going an entire day without your phone or computer? Crazy, right? How else would you communicate with your team, contact that client, or even get paid? Absolutely nothing happens when you don't have technology in your lap. Even a slow-running computer can stall your progress. And when your software doesn't sync, nothing seems to work out. You've got a technology partner like no other with C-Squared Computer Consulting. C-Squared is your business pain reliever. Solve your pain. Call C-Squared at 303-933-1113.
Women-owned businesses are on the rise, but where do you go when the bank says no? Ladies, you know it's tough to secure the capital necessary to launch or develop a new business. You need to know attorney Steve Replin of the Replin Law Group. Steve specializes in helping women secure hard money lending when no one else will step up. You have an ally in Steve Replin. He has the knowledge and resources to get you the money you need to grow your business. Call Steve today. It's Money in the Bank. Your bank, 303-322-7919 or replinlawgroup.com.
If printing is an essential part of your business day, then RMK Cartridge is your lifeline to success. Hi, this is Eric, and Angel and I wouldn't think of running our business without having RMK Cartridge on our speed dial. Remanufactured ink and toner cartridges are just the beginning. Free delivery and award-winning service coupled with 30 to 50% savings over original manufacturer products means that we're saving time, money, and space in the landfill all at once. Treat your printer to the best. Contact the guys at RMK Cartridge at 303-781-2076 or on the web at rmkcartridge.com.
Stop calling around looking for the best mortgage rates and call ALMC Mortgage. ALMC Mortgage matches you with the right mortgage for your needs every single time. Now's the right time to finance. Call ALMC Mortgage today at 303-696-6933. 303-696-6933. Check out today's current rates and questions you should ask about your mortgage at almcmortgage.com. almcmortgage.com.
LMB number 100020432. NMLS number 266695. You can check the licensing status of your mortgage loan originator at dora.state.co.us.
You've done it yourself. You've put in a few keywords to search for something, and what comes up is nothing like what you're looking for. Thousands of responses, but nothing close to what you need. You try again, frustrated. You finally find it buried deep within the walls of the internet. Don't do that to your potential customers. Make it easy. Make it Colorado SEO easy. Colorado SEO optimizes your keywords so customers can find you quickly. Optimize your website by contacting Colorado SEO. Search engine optimization the way you hoped it would be. ColoradoSEO.com. That's ColoradoSEO.com.
You have a business and your business needs a phone system other than your cell phone. Now you have a solution. Perfect Cloud Solutions is the perfect answer to your phone system needs. Specializing in affordable voice-over internet protocol phone systems, Perfect Cloud Solutions has exactly what you need. And best of all, it fits within your budget. Call today and stop sharing that one-line handheld unit in the office. 855-771-VoIP. That's 855-771-8647. Or check them out for yourself at perfectcloudsolutions.com. Perfect Cloud has your perfect phone solution.
Bob Duco, today at 3 on KLZ 560.
The Experience Pros radio show, where small business is big business and your business is our business. Follow them on twitter.com/experiencepros. Now, back to Angel and Eric, the Experience Pros.
Did you know that the human head weighs 8 pounds?
Well, I don't think yours weighs that much.
No, probably not. That line, of course, classic from the book or the movie Jerry Maguire. And we have as a guest someone who has been dubbed by CNN as the female Jerry Maguire.
Sports agent Molly Fletcher. Molly Fletcher. She's actually just written her third book, A Winner's Guide to Negotiating. And we're talking about negotiation. What's the biggest deal you've ever negotiated? Well, for Molly, she's landed more than $500 million worth of deals throughout her career. And she said it all comes down to doing 5 things really well. Molly, welcome to the Experience Pros Radio Show.
Thanks so much. It's great to be with you guys.
Molly, very nice to have you along with us. 5 things to get her going towards the negotiation. I remember when I was young, and there's very few memories that I have from that time period, but there was a book that my dad had that said the sale begins when the customer says no. I can't wait to hear a couple of your strategies for winning a negotiation, Molly. Where do we start?
Well, I haven't seen that book, but I tell you what, I like the title. I think that's true. You know, people always talk about, no, and it's tough to get no. But to me, to the point of the book your dad shared with you, right, the more no's you get, the closer you get to getting a yes.
I once told that to Angel, and she said, you know what, you make the phone calls from now on.
Yeah, you got to be careful what you wish for, don't you?
Absolutely. All right. Well, let's talk about some of the strategies that have worked for you and that we can find in your brand new book.
Well, the Winner's Guide, I wrote it because to me, I went to work every day and negotiated contracts. I mean, that was what I did. But I think we live in a world where oftentimes people don't wake up and go to a job where it is truly sort of day in and day out, one negotiation after another. And that was in many ways the world that I lived in as an agent full time. But I learned so much about the process, what works, what doesn't. And to me, what it came down to is that negotiation is really just a conversation. It's sort of a rhythm built over time. It's something that takes, certainly the 5 things that I highlight in the book are, we've got to really find common ground with the people that we want to connect with. We've got to, sometimes it's counterintuitive to what we often think with regards to negotiation, but to me, it's about, giving something. Maybe it's not about the content in the negotiation that you're having, but it's giving something up that exposes you a little bit so that you can connect to the other person. So to me, finding common ground and really connecting is important. And then we talk about embracing the pause. I think that's something people are often uncomfortable with in life, period, right?
Right.
Is that pause.
Okay.
Radio people particularly.
Yeah, dead air is bad, and we always want to fill that space. And do you find, Molly, that so often we talk ourselves in and out of the deal because we don't stop talking long enough to get a good answer?
Absolutely. I mean, I think the more you talk after you make the ask, the more somebody has an opportunity to sort of recognize how uncomfortable you are maybe with the ask that you just made. So the analogy I always use is that the ask is sort of like when we work out, the medicine balls that we use sometimes.
Yeah.
The ask is like that medicine ball. It's like throwing that medicine ball over to somebody and just stop and listen. And what we get back, the level of energy that they provide when they answer that question, do they pause? Do they seem nervous? Do they seem excited, eager? Do they get upset? All those are messages that we can use to gather data that help us, throughout the process. So I'm a big fan of, after you make the ask, pausing. And there's a lot of great stories in the book about deals that I've done with athletes and coaches and GMs, and about the power of the pause and how effective it can be after we ask.
You bet. And I'm right with you there, Molly. We've talked about the ask for a minute, and I think this, in the negotiation, it all really boils down to the ask. You talk about asking with confidence, and that's kind of starting off, instead of saying "will you," maybe we start the sentence with "you will." No?
Well, I think you want to ask with confidence, but I think it's also about making it a we statement, right? So
Yes.
so often, when we say it's about us and it's for us, and if we do this, it's better. The we word to me is really powerful, and particularly candidly for women, it can work really well. There's some incredible statistics. There's a chapter in A Winner's Guide about gender specifically, so I encourage women to pick it up, because women are great negotiators. We just don't practice enough. But when we do set the stage, when we prepare and sort of prepare with the diagnostic questions that we need to uncover inside of the conversation, we do a good job. We just need to have the courage, set aside the fear to negotiate more often. And I challenge people in the book to practice, and I tell some fun stories. I'm the mother of 3 daughters. I tell some stories about negotiating at the orthodontist. I mean, it's encouraging people to have the courage to practice under lower stakes, so that when they're sitting in front of their boss trying to negotiate a raise, they've had the opportunity to practice a little bit and get a little bit more comfortable with that inside of bigger moments.
Oh, well, that makes perfect sense. Negotiate for some of the smaller things and create some of those successes and some of those wins. Now, Molly, you set the stage. And, I think a big piece of the job you were in was in that negotiation phase regularly. And so I think we're pretty nervous when we actually end up at a negotiation table if it's not something that we do regularly. Do you have anything that you do, like, to psych yourself up before you go into a meeting? Do you do the Superwoman power pose in the bathroom?
Well, I don't do anything like that, but I'll tell you what I do. And I think that, the thing that's important for people that are listening to remember is that negotiation is a skill that's learned. We're not born with it. So we can learn to be better negotiators. So I would encourage people to recognize that and sort of hopefully that will inspire them to feel more comfortable. But the key is to be prepared, right? To dig in and get the data that you need, right? So maybe it's comparable. So in the agent business, we would pull comparables of other free agents in the market, what the team situation was with salary, all the necessary data that we needed to have so that we were prepared to ask. So the preparation piece is really key. The other thing I think is important is to recognize that negotiation doesn't happen in a vacuum, right? Negotiation is about what I call 360-degree awareness. In other words, preparing so much that you understand, what do these people value on the other side of this table, right? What's important to them? What matters to them? And how can I be prepared enough to hopefully, through the conversation that I'm going to have, close that gap for them through this conversation? And that's the impetus around the book, is that negotiation is just that. It's just a conversation.
Well,
That's what it is.
It really is, and you are one of the best conversationalists around, Molly. We want to thank you so much for joining us today. Where do we get a copy of A Winner's Guide to Negotiating?
Well, if you go to Amazon, it's there. It's in all the major bookstores, Books A Million, Barnes & Noble, and I can be found at mollyfletcher.com, and Twitter is at Molly Fletcher.
I found you there, and we're so thankful for you joining us today on the Experience Pros radio show.
A pleasure. Have a great rest of your week.
Yes, ma'am. Folks, don't go anywhere when we come back. Business tips and insights. You're listening to Angel and Eric on this, the most positive business talk show in America.
The Experience Pros are here to help you get your business right. To learn more, visit experiencepros.com.
Nyland's Collision Center is an award-winning body shop that takes great care of you and your car. This matters when your insurance company wants to take shortcuts. Nyland's Collision Center only uses manufactured parts. This matters when a cheap, ill-fitting part is available. At Nyland's, it matters. If it's not perfect, it's not leaving. 303-761-9219. 303-761-9219.
Your largest asset is your home, and when your home needs help, Hocoa Denver is your best friend. The Homeowners Club of America provides AAA service, promptly matching your service requests with approved contractors, and then following up to guarantee the job was done right. Utilities, appliances, remodeling, painting, from bricks to fencing, floors to patios, Hocoa has you covered. Become a member for the equivalent of only $4 a month. $4! Hocoa, serving homeowners with care. Sign up today, 303-906-2643. That's 303-906-2643.
Being a homeowner, business owner, or a consumer has never been easier thanks to the Extreme Customer Service Directory. You can count on the Experience Pros Network to deliver the best in customer service and collaboration. Check out the Extreme Customer Service Directory for all your referrals, and if you don't see your favorites on the list, let us know. We'll check them out, and if their customers are saying great things about them, they could be a great fit for the Extreme Customer Service Directory. Online at experiencepros.com/directory.
Networking is full of myths. Bring lots of business cards. Be sure to meet at least 10 new people. Have your 30-second sales pitch ready. Your network is your net worth, but only if you're networking with your A-team. Take the guesswork out of your networking by joining Extreme Relationship Management. It's transforming the way people are networking. It's way more fun than drive-by networking and doesn't waste your time handing out stacks of business cards. Check out extremerelationshipmanagement.com for their next event. extremerelationshipmanagement.com.
Orange Theory Fitness at Parker and Arapahoe is the official fitness sponsor of the Experience Pros radio show. This is Angel, and Orange Theory is the energizing group fitness concept that is sweeping the nation. Experience the orange effect at the location Eric and I work out at. It's Orange Theory Fitness at Parker and Arapahoe Road. You'll see more energy, visible toning, and extra calorie burn for up to 36 hours after your workout. Call for a free Saturday session at 303-645-4290. That's 303-645-4290. We'll see you at Orange Theory Fitness at Parker and Arapahoe Road.
Everyone wins when you partner with Mary Beth Stencil and her Paid to Save network. Put your daily deals on the Paid to Save app for free and start making money every time someone clicks on your offer. You only pay when someone pays you. What a great idea. And you can start making money today. No one will know of your offer until you list it, so get going right now. Visit paidtosave.com. That's paid, the number 2, save.com, or call Mary Beth right now at 303-268-5506. That's 303-268-5506. Get paid to save and start making money today.
Freedom 560 with Ken Clark, today at noon on KLZ 560.
The Experience Pros want to help you get your business right. And now, back to Eric and Angel on the Experience Pros radio show.
Hey, soul sister, hey, that Mr. on the radio, stereo.
Welcome back to the Experience Pros radio show. Very nice to have you along with us today. I don't know if I've ever had a soul sister, but if I did, I'd want it to be Cheryl Braunschweiger.
Well, don't we all? It's time for Cheryl Braunschweiger with ALMC Mortgage, where all loans must close.
And they do. Hi, Cheryl.
Hi. Hey, I'm always up for having some more siblings. I've already got 5 sisters.
Well,
Bring it.
then I got soul sisters.
Is it all sisters, or do you have any brothers?
No brothers, all girls in my family.
You too?
Girls, how fun is that?
We should go have a drink and
Eric
commiserate.
only has sisters. So what's our tip this week from ALMC Mortgage?
You know, this one's for first-time home buyers. There is a really cool program out there in Colorado right now that is offering something called a mortgage credit certificate. And a mortgage credit certificate is additional interest credit for having a mortgage when you file your tax returns.
Say that slowly.
Really cool.
Additional interest credit. What does that mean?
So as part of being a homeowner, you get to write the interest off on your mortgage on your tax returns, right? That's one of the perks of being a homeowner, is getting to have an interest deduction. Well, this program for first-time homebuyers only allows you to have additional 20% of the total that you're paying as an additional tax credit on your income taxes. So in effect, on a $200,000 house, it will save you an additional $1,200 a year.
Wow.
Yeah, and it's real money. It's not, anything funky. It's real money. It's a tax credit right on your taxes.
As opposed to like $1 million bill that we might have seen earlier today.
Yes, that fake money. Gosh, I need to figure out how I can take that to a bank.
I know. I'm like, can you make change?
Yeah.
I'm going to buy a house. I've got $1 million bill, Cheryl. I'm going to buy a house today. Well, that is really good news for first-time home buyers. And I think that one of the things that when you move from renting to buying a home is the benefit of being able to write off that principal payment on your taxes at the end of the year.
Right.
I mean, it makes it very worthwhile for a lot of homeowners. And so to know that you get even an extra bonus for being a first-time home buyer, you need to call Cheryl. How do they get in touch with you, Cheryl?
Yes, because not everybody offers this. So they need to call me, and I can be reached at 720. Well, actually, my office number is 303-696-6933.
Were you about ready to give out your private personal phone number, the one that you only gave to me?
I was about ready to give out my private personal Eric number.
Cow. No, don't do
Yeah.
that. That's
Okay, but
the
if someone
Eric
calls,
phone.
if someone calls the station and they want that number, you have my permission to give it out.
Okay, so Eric's not going to share. He's like,
303. So what's the number again?
303-696-6933.
It's the
I
only
can
number-
tell you all about it.
And it's the only number anybody else gets. That's for sure.
Yes. Yes, and I can tell you all about the mortgage credit certificate and answer any other, of course, mortgage-related questions. But this is just such a cool thing, and if you need some additional tax write-off, buy a house before the end of the year.
buy your house, give yourself a great end of year gift. You've worked hard.
That'd be awesome.
Invest in a home, buy a second property, refinance, but make sure if you are renting and you want to learn more about this tax credit, Cheryl's your gal. She's taken really good care of the Experience Pros Radio Show listeners for years. Customers say incredible things, testimonials galore. Work with Cheryl. You're going to love her. 303-696-6933 or find her
at ALMCmortgage.com. That's all loans must close.
And they do. Cheryl, thanks so much for the tip today. I'm excited.
You bet. Pass out my number, Eric.
No.
No. He's like, I want that number all for myself. Great business tip from ALMC Mortgage. Make sure that you do business with the people that promote your favorite business talk show. We're going to turn it on over now to Jack Loudon with Riviera Finance. He was the one passing out $1 million bills this morning. He's going to help you get a little more money in your pocket. And if you don't know Riviera Finance,
you don't know Jack.
Hi, Jack.
Good morning, guys. How you doing?
We're doing fantastic.
Hello, Jack.
Yeah, you can't say hi, Jack,
Hello,
especially not in
Jack.
the airport.
Hello, Jack. You're passing out money.
Well,
kind of.
Kind of.
I mean, that's what factoring is, right?
You earned it.
If
We'll
you
give it
earned
to
it.
you.
If you earned it, we'll give it to you. That's a great line. Jack, Riviera Finance, a factoring company that is really well known all across the country, does a great job of taking your accounts receivable and giving you cash on the front side of those so you don't have to wait 30, 40, 90 days.
Exactly. We have been the cash flow specialist for small business since 1969.
Brilliant.
When cash gets tight, whether you're in a rapid growth mode or just, going through life with your business, sometimes it's difficult. You can't go to the bank. You hadn't been in business long enough.
Right.
The bank just says no, and you need to make payroll. You need to buy raw materials. You need to expand your business, and you look at your accounts receivable portfolio and you say, if I could just get paid, I'd have this much money in the bank account.
Right.
Well, we can help with that.
All right, but Jack, we're not talking just a couple $100, even a couple $1,000s. I mean, there's some companies that have some significant dollar amounts in their accounts receivables, and it's going to make a big difference. They need a good lump sum.
Yeah, and Riviera Finances, our core block of business, as you would put it, really is $50,000 to $70,000 a month type businesses, but we can go as low as $10,000 a month. So really no business is too small for us. And we can go as high as $1 million to, more a month. When you get into $5 or $6 million a month, that might be a little bit too big to us, but I'd like to try.
So this is the money that's sitting in your accounts receivable. This is the balance that's sitting in your accounts receivables. Rather than go to the bank and take on a loan, take on debt that you may or may not qualify to get, right? The bank might tell you no.
Bank might
do they
say
do
no.
that?
The bank, yeah.
I think they do it a lot.
More than yes.
Right. Now, Jack, here's another question that I've got for you. We're going into the season of, time to get seasonal employees and whatnot because of the holidays. Can Riviera help with their payroll and whatnot?
Absolutely. If they have the accounts receivables sitting there,
right, and
they need to hire on an extra 10, 15 employees or 100 employees, and we all want more employment out there, they can we can buy those accounts receivables for them, give them the cash tomorrow so they can make payroll the next day.
I like it.
It's a pretty great deal. I'd never heard of factoring before, although I know it's pretty common in certain industries, taking those accounts receivables, using an outside source. Really, you just become my accounts receivables department, right?
Exactly. You're just outsourcing your accounts receivable, just like you would outsource your employee benefits, outsource your payroll, outsource, just about anything that goes with your business, so you can concentrate on getting more business.
Concentrate on getting more business, get paid. Look at that accounts receivables balance. Imagine that sitting in your bank account.
Yeah.
Go and expand, do payroll, buy some equipment.
New phone to call Cheryl.
Or something like that. Jack, how do we get in touch with you?
Well, they can reach me through my office at 303-409-7706. That's locally here in the Denver Tech Center.
Do that again.
303-409-7706. They can reach me on the web at riverafinance.com or email jloudon@riverafinance.com.
Well, we always tell our listeners, you look at those accounts receivables, imagine that money sitting in your bank account. And if you don't know Riviera Finance,
you don't know Jack.
Thanks, guys.
Thank
we
you.
sure appreciate you for being here, Jack. Thank you. Folks, don't go anywhere. When we come back, more positive business talk. You're listening to Angel and Eric on the Experience Pros Radio Network.
The Experience Pros, revolutionizing the way people treat people in business.
When you're diagnosed with a brain condition, it takes more than just a doctor to help you live the best life possible. Choose Colorado Neurological Institute's NeuroHealth Center for all your neurorehabilitation needs. The NeuroHealth Center is an outpatient neurorehabilitation clinic in Englewood, offering counseling, care navigation, speech, occupational, and physical therapy services, and all services are delivered in one location. Call today, 303-788-4010. That's 303-788-4010, or visit online at thecni.org.
Run a business and have a life. You got into business so you could enjoy life, and Employer Essentials can help. They keep up with the ever-changing payroll and employment laws and requirements, as well as all those employee management issues. Employer Essentials is the answer you've been looking for to add payroll and HR solutions that offer you peace of mind and the time to do what you want to do. Employer Essentials, Denver's trusted local payroll and HR provider for 15 years. EmployerEssentials.com or 303-734-9436.
When you work from home,
home, you run the risk of setting up a makeshift workspace in the corner or somewhere off to the side of your bedroom. It's not really a home office. It just happens to be your office at home. Let Helene's Designs help you create a productive workspace that transforms you from hobbyist into an innovative CEO ready to be featured in a magazine spread. Take charge of your home office and call Helene's Designs. You're the CEO. Make sure your home office looks like it. 720-233-7302. 720-233-7302.
Attention business owners. If you're waiting 30 to 60 days or more to get paid, Riviera Finance can turn your invoices into immediate cash flow. Let them help. Their process is simple and no debt is created. Riviera Finance is located right here in Denver. They've been helping companies across the U.S. for over 40 years. So if you bill on credit but need better cash flow, call Jack Loudon at Riviera Finance now at 303-409-7706. That's 303-409-7706 or visit RivieraFinance.com.
You can forget about having insomnia now that Somnia, the new sleep store opening in Park Meadows Mall, is coming. Somnia. Picture yourself finally getting a good night's sleep. Sheets, humidifiers, aromatherapy, and sleep experts to help you with your sleep apnea and snoring. The grand opening is November 1st, but Experience Pros listeners are invited to the soft opening on October 30th at 10 a.m. Somnia. Sleep better every night in your new sleep sanctuary.
Tell your staff to tune in daily to the Experience Pros Radio Show. Business training and inspiration from national experts are here for you every day on the Experience Pros Radio Show. Start your week off by learning a great new business skill. Tune in midweek to boost your positive attitude and be sure to always end your week with Fan Braggin Friday. The Experience Pros Radio Show is here for you every day, changing the way people treat people in business. Join the revolution and tune in to the Experience Pros Radio Show. Weekday business training designed to inspire you to get your business right.
Every day, 21 veterans commit suicide. Last year, active duty suicides surpassed the number of combat deaths. You can help by donating to Freedom Service Dogs. They rescue dogs from local shelters and train them to be service dogs for these heroes. Donate today at freedomservicedogs.org.
Freedom 560 with Ken Clark is coming up at noon on KLZ 560.
The Experience Pros want to help you get your business right. And now, back to Eric and Angel on the Experience Pros Radio Show.
Welcome back to the Experience Pros Radio Show with Angel and Eric. We do appreciate you for taking time out of your business day to join us for ours. How do you increase your market share, your visibility for small business?
Well, we are going to talk to our next guest about some simple principles that's going to help you grow your business, make life more fun for you. We have Frk Scardina. He is the owner of the Enigmatic Marketing Group, and he's helped a number of companies grow their companies, and he's going to help you today. Frk, welcome to the Experience Pros Radio Show.
Thanks very much. Good to be here.
Frk, very nice to have you along with us. Let's start off with something that a lot of people just don't really have a lot, especially in the small business realm. They don't have a lot of knowledge about, and that is advertising. You say, sometimes advertising gets a bad rap. Talk to us about that.
Yeah, and you and I talked about that a little bit in the break leading up to this. And the concept is that a lot of people go into advertising, and there are a couple of things to think about there. One is, and I posed the idea that advertising is oftentimes dishonest. I think it's an assumed thing. Advertising has gotten to a point, and we all know it, where it's trying to make a product look maybe a little bit better, a little bit brighter.
Hyped.
Right, than it really is. And so we naturally listen to advertising with a filter. So that's one thing as I look at being very honest in how we present companies, that just has to be factored in. That when people look at advertising, they're naturally saying, hey, it's probably not quite that good. Now let's figure out what it really is. And that doesn't mean that all advertising is bad, by no means.
Sure.
All right, so we do want to increase our market share, and as a small business owner, we're looking for just kind of the most bang for our buck, right? I mean, we're a small business, our cash flow is limited, and so, how do we know who to reach? Where do we start? Do we just throw all of our eggs out there and see what sticks, and then pull back, or do you start with just baby steps?
Well, I think it depends. Do you already have a client base or not? If you already have a client base, and this is something that I've done with a number of companies, when I walk in, I say, typically most businesses, you can look and you look at your current client roster and say there's probably about 20% of those people that if everyone looked just like that, life would be grand. I mean, and that's when I talk about business being fun, is you think, not just profitable, but I like those people. I like having those clients. And so you look at that and I say, and there's a flip side to that, that there might be about 20% that you probably wouldn't be too disappointed if they were no longer your clients. And so if you already have a client base, the first place to start is to look at that top 20% and figure out, what do these people look like? Because those are the ones that I really want more of.
Frank, I think I like you more and more already, because you're speaking our language and you're not afraid to shy away from some of the more difficult conversations, including that 20% at the bottom that sometimes is difficult. Now, can't we just all get along here? You say that 5 to 10% increase in business can sometimes be deemed negative. What?
Right. It can. And that's the interesting thing. And this comes back to marketing. There are a lot of, say, internet marketing companies, and I could gladly reference.
We don't need names.
Right. And I won't. But I'm saying that, but I'm saying it in a positive way.
Oh.
I'm saying that there are many good companies out there who will flat out tell you, you pay this amount of money, you're going to get this bump.
Yeah.
It's not a lie. It's real.
Sure.
And when I talk to some people, I encourage them in that direction, because I realize that that's what they're looking for, is just a simple, I pay this amount, I get this bump. If that's what you're looking for, I'm not your guy. And I'm okay with that. So, but the question becomes, if you look at that 20-60-20 thing,
right?
Well, what happens if you pay a certain amount of money and you get, let's say, a 5 to 7% bump, which is great. But let's just say that 5 to 7% is all in your bottom 20% that you didn't really want those clients to begin with. That's where all the metrics and all the things kind of break down, because they can't clarify that. There's no way to clarify that. And that is not a knock on the companies that do this and do it successfully.
No, that's fair.
All right. Now, you say that marketing is similar to a computer virus. What does that mean?
Well, it's interesting. And as I watched my kids grow up around me, I watched them become increasingly critical of commercials that they would watch. Because, and from what I understand, and I don't know a lot about this, but computer viruses, for whatever reason they are created, are in a constant state of creation to try to get by whatever the latest antivirus software is. And so it's an ongoing game of come up with the new virus and then come up with the new antivirus software. We live in that world when it comes to advertising, where there's always a new approach to advertising that will hopefully get past our firewall. And then once we catch on to the fact that we're being led along, then we upgrade our firewall and say, okay, I'm not going to buy that this time.
Interesting approach.
Well, since we're talking about viruses or viri.
But well, how do we harness the power of viral marketing?
I want to make something go viral.
That's interesting. Viral marketing, from what I understand, that really took off the concept with the Blair Witch Project. That goes back a ways, okay?
Right.
Where this movie comes out that supposedly there was no advertising, it was all word of mouth. And I saw it. It was very entertaining. But then it was later found out that it wasn't true word of mouth. Well, there's an interesting thing. You can look in the bookstores and you will find all sorts of books on viral marketing, which is word of mouth marketing. The problem is, and it should be clear to anyone, is that if you're reading a book about how to create a system by what, you're not really getting word of mouth advertising, you're getting apparently word of mouth advertising.
Right.
And the thing is that a lot of people catch on to this. I was talking to a CEO of a pretty good sized company, and he said, Frank, I went to this seminar on using social media, and they were talking about how I can make posts on there that will advertise my company. And it occurred to me, and I kind of helped him along. I said that everybody knows what you're doing, and that it's not, nobody's being fooled by the fact that you're really just putting this on here to advertise. And it's one of those things where I have found that genuine word of mouth, which really isn't that hard, it's finding those top 20% and simply letting them know that you want to grow, letting them know you appreciate, and then they tell other people. That is tremendously powerful.
But I don't know why, I was thinking about this word of mouth marketing thing just this morning, Frank, and how we often say we grow by word of mouth. It's all word of mouth, but it really isn't. we are putting ourselves out there. We're creating systems. We're using social media. We're using our different networks, our different groups to actually create this.
There is a system behind it.
And there are tools that are being used. It isn't just
right,
mouth.
and it's not genuine that way. Like, we all get it. I know a person who recently asked me to like a page for them, and I said, "Now, what will that do for you?"
Right.
And she said, "I don't know, but I know I need to."
Oh my gosh, we're cut from the same tree, Frank. Because people say I got to get to 1,000 likes. Okay, what then?
Yeah.
What do you do?
Right.
What does that mean? I love this. Frank, you give some contact information because I know our listeners are going to want to connect with you.
Sure. Okay. I've got a website, and it's a little bit vanilla right now, but it's ekgpulse.com, ekgpulse.com. Phone number is 303-834-0409, and I would be happy to field an email at frank@ekgpulse.com.
Give that phone number one more time as well.
303-834-0409.
Brother, you've brought life and some frivolity and a little bit of fun to our conversation here. A final thought from you, something that you can leave with our listeners to spur them on to success.
Absolutely. One of the things when I come into a company is I say, I'm not bringing anything to you. I'm figuring out what you already have. I believe pretty much every company out there, whatever the size, they have something that they can really succeed with. It's a matter of harnessing that unique thing that they have in the marketplace.
Brilliant.
That is. Thank you so much for being with us today, Frank.
Thank you.
Absolutely, folks. Don't go anywhere. When we come back, we're going to wrap this show up, put a bow on it. You're listening to Angel and Eric on the Experience Pros Radio Network.
The Experience Pros are here to help you get your business right. To learn more, visit experiencepros.com.
Design, implement, and support. If you have a computer, a cell phone, or a tablet, you have a network. Hi, this is Eric, and I've got great news for you. Your network has a guy. For the last 15 years, Brad Binkley of Binkley IT has served his clients without killing their budget. Brad can effectively manage a network of up to 50 computers, typically for about 2 to 4 hours a week. Huge savings, no sacrifice. Call Brad today for your next IT partner, 720-254-1057. That's 720-254-1057. Binkley IT, solving the IT puzzle one piece at a time.
Do you want to meet some new people, make some great connections, and network with other business owners? Call me, Penny, today at 303-220-0366 or go to theconnectingexperts.com. Connecting people to people.
Are you an expert? At Experience Pros, we feature the best in business, and we're looking for industry experts to share tips with our audience. If you're an expert who offers great customer service and you'd like to be a part of the Experience Pros radio show, click on the radio interview request at experiencepros.com. We want our audience to hear from you. Go to experiencepros.com and fill out the radio interview request and start spreading the news that you're going to be on the radio.
Join business owners and leaders from across the Front Range for an incredible leadership event featuring John Maxwell, Linda Kaplan-Taylor, and Tim Sanders as they share valuable lessons in leadership. Network with other leaders during this half-day simulcast on Friday, October 10th from 8:30 to 1 p.m. at the Embassy Suites in Stapleton. L2 Learn Lead is here. The event is perfect for people who are busy running a business, family, or organization and are looking to become more effective. Leadership isn't just for those who have a team working for them, it's for you. The first 100 people to register on Eventbrite get tickets for only $69. That's Eventbrite/L2 Stapleton. Eventbrite/L2 Stapleton. Join us Friday, October 10th at the Embassy Suites in Stapleton.
Hi, this is Eric, and I want to talk to you about my friends over at McDonald Volvo. This family-owned business has been delivering extreme customer service for almost 50 years right here in our neighborhood. With upfront worry-free pricing and super personalized service, your best car buying experience is at McDonald Volvo. General Manager Will Roughton is a great friend, and he wants to meet you personally. Call him at 303-738-4803. That's 303-738-4803, and tell him the pros sent you.
You need more customers, and you need to keep the ones you already have. List That Save My Business is your answer to gaining and retaining clients without cold calling or chasing cold leads. Do business with people who like you and who already trust you. List That Save My Business is the book with easy-to-use checklists to bring more of the right customers into your sales process. Buy your copy of List That Save My Business from Amazon.com. These lists will save your business. Buy your copy of List That Save My Business today and grow your business the Experience Pros way.
John Rush, today at 2 on KLZ 560.
Hi, it's Dennis Miller inviting you to join me for an entertaining blend of politics and news of the day from my hopefully unique perspective. Plus, we'll have a red carpet list of celebrity guests who will grab and keep your attention. It's time well spent that you won't want back. It's that good. Listen for The Dennis Miller Show.
The Dennis Miller Show, weeknights at 10, right here on KLZ 560.
The Experience Pros radio show, where small business is big business and your business is our business. Follow them on twitter.com/experiencepros. Now, back to Angel and Eric, the Experience Pros.
Welcome back to the Experience Pros Radio Show with Eric and Angel. Thank you so much for taking time out of your day to join us for hours. Hey, you want to become a better leader, right?
Sure.
No, don't go getting skeptical here. You certainly want to be a better leader. You know, the photo I'm looking at has the V. Did you know that geese sometimes fly in a V formation?
I'm familiar with the V formation.
Did you ever notice that one side is shorter than the other?
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
It is.
You want to know why?
There's a reason?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm
absolutely.
sure there is.
It's totally
Sure.
scientific.
All right.
There's less geese on one side.
Right. So what is
That's why it's shorter than the other.
Goodness.
All right. So here we go. With special thanks
Be the
to
lead geese or getting the long line. I was getting the long line.
Oh, sorry. I goosed myself. Bob Rudiman is the author of an article at entrepreneur.com that talks about how to become a more effective leader. And he gives us several points, talking points here that maybe we should, converse about.
All right. Okay. Well,
All right.
Let me add them.
You want to be a better leader? Encourage your employees to disagree with you.
What? No. I
Encourage
don't
your
think
employees
so.
to, what?
No, I don't think so.
You can't
To
disagree
with me?
You can't disagree with this.
I can't?
My God, all you ever do is disagree with me.
We can't, but I don't want to encourage that. I don't want to encourage
I'm not your
that.
employee.
So then we can disagree with each other. We do often disagree. We do come at it from completely different points of view and different backgrounds. But encourage your employees to disagree with you. What are we going to create a coup?
Listen, no, you're not looking for a coup. But here's the deal: companies get into trouble when everyone is afraid to speak to truth. To talk to truth with the people in power. You got to be able to say what you're really thinking.
All right, so we do need to have an open dialogue, allow for some authentic communication,
right?
But really disagree?
Here's one for you.
Okay.
If you want to be an effective leader,
Mm-hmm.
don't micromanage.
You keep trying to get me to do that.
I don't try to get you to
You
micromanage.
do. You
I
do.
never get you to micromanage.
You always try. You're like, Angel, and you follow up with me and check in on me and double check my list and ask me again and ask me again.
Huh. When you delegate, you should not micromanage, and you should also.
But you should check in. You shouldn't just delegate and forget it
back.
I don't take it back, but I do check in. I do check in.
Oh.
What did I take back?
Well, we had a conversation. I'm not going to get into the details over the air, but it was recent.
Did I take something back? From you?
I'm going to just take it back. No, not from me. Are you kidding me? You just heap stuff on me.
Oh.
All right. You want to be a better leader? When people that
No, What's ERR?
ERR.
Air? Like make a
No,
mistake?
heir is the next in line to the throne.
Okay. What are you trying to say here?
When people make mistakes, don't destroy them.
I don't. What's
off with their head?
Oh, well, that's sometimes I do.
Actually, that's totally me.
That is, yeah. Eric is he's like, we're going to swing the pendulum, and they did this, and they did this to me, and they have to go. But you know what? We're gonna learn our own lessons. We learn from our own mistakes. We don't need you to rub our nose in it. I was thinking the other day about the difference between showing gratitude and compliments.
Showing gratitude and compliments.
So we think about kindness being all about showing gratitude and being appreciative of the things that people are done for us, and so we're grateful for. And when we're having a rough day, we recognize the gratitude and the things, and then we show kindness to people, and we're showing gratitude and we're paying it forward.
Yeah.
But the idea behind actually doing something nice for somebody and being appreciative and giving compliments are two very different things that have two very different outcomes. Because when you actually have to pause and give somebody a compliment, it's not so much.
You totally got it, didn't you? You got the reference, didn't you?
Again, I don't even think I needed to be here today.
You do totally
I just don't even think I needed to be here today.
You look lovely today.
Yeah, no,
and
stop.
I am grateful for you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Pay somebody a compliment.
Absolutely.
Pay the compliment. And rather, you think about what it takes to actually give somebody a compliment. Stop it.
I'm sorry.
Go. You go.
I couldn't help it. I'm sorry.
You can't help it. You can't help it. You have complete control over your bodily functions and the outbursts that you have.
Bodily functions.
The outbursts that you have.
Just say that over the air. I didn't do anything with my bodily functions.
You're snickering.
I couldn't help that. It was just a little giggle. It was stuck on I'm sorry.
Go. Be you.
If you want to be an effective leader, Angel, you should show compassion.
I tried that. Tried to show some compassion. I tried to be friendly. I tried to be kind. I show incredible patience, but the patience have worn thin.
Have they?
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You should be laser focused. Stick to one goal at a time.
Yeah. It would be nice if other people could be laser focused around you and do what they said they were going to do, and you could count on them, and they were just accountable.
So if you want to be an effective manager, a good leader, you probably need to get rid of some of those poor managers.
What if I'm the poor manager?
You're not.
I think that I might just be.
way.
I think so.
No.
But when we have the people that they're encouraging drama, they're encouraging gossip, negativity. There are those people that say, you know what, Angel, I'm just listening. I'm not participating. You are participating because you're part of it. And so by being a part of it, you're encouraging it. When you encourage it, just more of it comes. I've gotten off the bunny trail.
No, but you're absolutely right. And Frk Scardina put this, is the gentleman who was in our last segment. He said it very well when he talked about, you got your 20, your 60, and then your 20, right? The 20 best, the 60 in the middle, and the 20 who you really would not mind if they chose to go somewhere else. And so, it's got to be a win-win-win. Everyone wins or no one wins. So...
I agree with that.
If you've got folks who are just miserable and don't care to be where you're at, you do them a favor if you just encourage them to find something else. Just saying. Don't look at me like that. I already apologized. I said I was sorry.
I said I was sorry that one time, and I meant it.
Fact of the matter is, if you want to be a great leader, you need to practice those leadership skills every day.
I loved what Molly Fletcher, she talked about. We are not born as negotiators. This is a skill that we need to learn, that we can practice, and we can practice in small ways, in small doses, so that way when we do finally have to show up in a big way, we're prepared for it and we're ready for it, and it isn't our first time dipping our toe in that arena. And practicing leadership skills everywhere that you are isn't just in the boardroom, but it's in all of your relationships. And,
absolutely.
And there is a lot of give and take. There's a lot of listening involved in being a leader. But I think that being a leader, what people look for in a leader is somebody that can make a decision, that isn't going to waffle. They know where you stand. Even before you even really open your mouth, they probably already know where you stand on things. And you can convey that in a lot of different ways.
Yeah, and if you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything, and therein lies the final say on that topic. It's been a great show.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah, it has been fun.
Come on.
It's been fun. No, you bring color, you bring entertainment.
Bring sound effects that are
you
very
bring
similar to the
sound
real
effects. And sometimes they are the real thing. Watch out for his sound effects. Don't ever pull his finger.
Oh, come on now. That's a fun game that Grandpa taught us. Listen, if you'd like the archives of this or any of the other shows that we have, literally thousands of hours of intellectual property are available for your research and perusal at experiencepros.com. That's experiencepros.com, where we love to have the best in business.
Can I send out a happy birthday wish to my dad today?
It's your father's birthday.
Yeah.
It was your son's birthday
It's
yesterday.
my son's birthday yesterday. My dad's birthday is today. So happy birthday, Daddy.
Happy birthday, Adam. We appreciate you. Hope you're listening. And it sounds like you're going to have a lunch date with him as well. So we better wrap this thing up. Folks, on behalf of Charlie, our producer, Angel, myself, and all the people that make the Experience Pros radio show happen every single day, we want to say thank you. Thank you for tuning in and participating in this, the revolution in how people treat people in business. We encourage you to look up the best in business at the Extreme Customer Service Directory, which can be found at experiencepros.com. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you tomorrow.
This has been the Experience Pros radio show with business revolutionaries Angel Tussey and Eric Raymer. For more information, you can contact Experience Pros by calling 720-344-2446 or visit them on the web at experiencepros.com, facebook.com/experiencepros, and twitter.com/experiencepros. What are you waiting for? Join the revolution.
Freedom 560 with Ken.